What's up, everybody? It's Hunter. We are out here on the job this morning and gonna change an outdoor TXV on this Rheem heat pump. I was out here the other day and actually found this. Yeah, so that ain't supposed to happen. So it was pretty obvious what was wrong with the unit, let's just say that. But rather than just soldering up those little tubes and recharging it, I figure might as well go ahead and change the TXV. That way she at least gets a warranty on the part and little bit more quality of it. It was going to cost about the same amount of money anyway, all the refrigerant that this thing lost. So best thing to do to me anyway, was just to go ahead and change the valve, the whole valve. Check that dude out. This TXV looks a little different. I mean, the TXV looks the same, but it's got all those tubes coming off of it that solder into that outdoor coil. So we gotta unsweat all of that. This is a sweat on, braze on TXV, so we're gonna be extra careful, make sure we don't smoke it, and do a good pressure test afterwards. Always hook up nitrogen. Anytime the torches come out, nitrogen comes out. We're gonna unsweat these. All right, we successfully got her out of there. Now we'll go in with this one. Before we go in with that new one, check that hole out. When it was installed in there, these tubes, I guess from the factory maybe, are all touching each other, and there's some vibration in the unit, and it just, over the course of about 7 years, rubbed a hole in it. Dumped out 16 pounds of refrigerant, y'all. Lost the whole charge. I decided to go ahead and pull this whole panel back so that I can more easily access the work area. So what I got is I got a wet rag wrapped around the body of that valve, and then I also got some of this thermal trap, and I'm just putting it after where I'm going to be soldering at. And it's supposed to absorb some heat. You really just want to protect the valve because you don't want to overheat that mechanism in there, because then you'll get done doing all this work and go to fire it up and it don't work. So always make sure you're trying to do your best to keep these valves cool when you're doing any kind of braze on TXV. I got about 300 PSI on it right now. I really just want to bubble check these solder joints, especially this one. That was the hardest one. I'm not too concerned with the other ones, but we're gonna check them too. I've already kind of been spraying some bubbles on there. I like to give it a little bit of time too, just to make sure that that pressure ain't gonna change. All right, the pressure test passed. We don't have no leaks. I went ahead and strapped this bulb onto the line, sensing bulb. Man, and God bless Rheem for this style of bulb clamp instead of that stupid copper strap with all them holes in it. That thing sucks. Bruh, I got done with the pressure test and put the nitrogen up and everything and forgot to change the dryer. So I had to pull it all back out and be pressuring up again. I'm like at 100 something. These are easy brazes. I doubt they're leaking, but I'm gonna let it get all the way up to pressure anyway and check it. I don't like anybody having to go behind me on nothing, so we'll let it get all the way back up, see if it's leaking. Got it on a vacuum. I muted the sound because it's loud as hell, but got the blue vac micron gauge, field piece, vacuum pump, got the VC2G core removal tools with double shutoffs, Big old True Blue hoses. Let's go. Having a vacuum set up like that instead of pulling it through your gauges be the difference between something taking 4 or 5 hours or something taking 2 hours. And in this business, time is money, so I don't spare any expense when it comes to tools. But if you're not pulling vacuums a lot, it's probably not really necessary, but I just gotta have, I can't be sitting around all day waiting on a vacuum. I've had my vacuum on for 5 minutes at the most, and it's already down to 750. I mean, this setup is unmatched. It'll just yank a vacuum down. And of course, I'll do a decay test on it, but I'm not, with something this big, I'm not worried about icing the lines with pulling it that fast. So by the time I get done with it, it's gonna have a better vacuum on it than it probably had whenever it was originally installed. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but where I work at, where I live in Louisiana, it's an unlicensed state for HVAC. So if you're doing work under 10,000, you don't even have to have no paperwork at all. And they got every Joe Blow, Tom, Dick, and Harry out here with an AC company just throwing stuff in. This condenser actually it's 7 years old. It should have a parts warranty, but it's pretty typical for people not to register them, so they don't have their warranty. But this one actually, this serial number was terminated by the manufacturer. So I don't know if somebody put in a used unit or tried to get over on Rheem, but Rheem X'd out this serial number. So this is all. All right, enough of all that yapping. I got the charge weighed in. I got to put all this back together, pick up all this mess, and then we're going to turn it on and see, balance that charge out and make sure that TXV is operating properly. Now we're going to balance this charge out in cooling mode, and then we're going to swap it over to heat pump mode and make sure that the TXV that we just put on is going to operate correctly. All right, we are in heat pump mode now, as you can tell by my suction line temp being that hot. It just kicked on, but I balanced the charge out in cooling mode, so I'm not too concerned with doing anything else with the charge. I just wanted to make sure that it was going to come on in heat pump mode and that the TXV wasn't stuck in any kind of position or slammed shut from overheating, and it's not. It's heating good. That TXV is doing what it's supposed to do. So this is a successful repair. We're gonna get out of here. If you're still here at this point in the video, you must be really bored. But that's it, man. We got paid, customers happy, system's working good, lives to fight another day. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.